Yogi sir, are you there? Okay, so good evening, everyone. If opportunity does not knock the door, so you should build your own door. It's 3rd of August. It's 3rd of October and the last day of our session. Myself, Nikita Khandelwal, I heartily welcome you all on behalf of Research Foundation of India. As we all know, we all are going through the training program on statistical analysis with Excel, which is organized by Research Foundation of India in association with Parul University and Eklavya University and sponsored by HERF, World Conference Forum, WFST and ARGA. So the topic of our today's session is case-based studies. And for this, we already know that our subject expert, Dr. Chanchila Jain ma'am, is guiding all of us since last 5 days, since last 4 days, and it's our fifth day today. I don't think so that words are enough capable to describe about our experts' knowledge because she is completely rich in her knowledge about everything, whether it's about her subject or whether it's about her topic or in any kind of educational topics. So, ma'am, I just can say that you are having a tremendous knowledge. So please hold the footsteps and guide all of us with your valuable knowledge, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Nikita ma'am, for your kind words. What you said about me, thank you so much. This is your humbleness that whatever you are saying for me.
Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Most welcome. I think I can begin the session, right, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, you can please.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. So, good evening, everyone present over here on this platform. So I think we are at the end of this 5 days FDP, and in the last 4 days, we have seen various things related to statistics and how we can apply those things using Excel that I tried to explain you, right? Initially, we have seen descriptive statistics. Under that, we have seen measures of central tendency, measures of dispersion, measures of distribution. Along with that, I explained you the chi-square test. We have seen the goodness of fit type of chi-square test. Also, we have seen the second category, that is the independence of attributes. Next day, I tried to explain you the variety of t-test, which is the parametric test. So we have seen the one sample t-test, and in the two sample t-test, we have seen independent samples t-test and paired samples t-test. Further, we have seen ANOVA, and in ANOVA, we have seen two types of variety, one way and two way. Under two way, we have seen with replication and without replication cases we have seen. And then yesterday, I discussed about correlation and regression. So this is what we discussed in this 5 days FDP. And today, I'll take some of the situations, some of the cases. I'll show you. You need to read the cases, and then you need to suggest me which is the appropriate test which we can apply on that particular condition, right? So I think you all are ready with this, and I'm starting and sharing my screen.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Okay, I have shared my screen. I hope it is visible to all.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you
Yes,
so much.
ma'am, it's wholly visible to all.
Okay, thank you so much. So I am showing you the very first case here. I expect you people to read it. Take few seconds, read it, then try to think on the things given in this particular case, and then tell me which is the particular statistical test which we can apply on this particular condition. I'll ask you why we are applying that, right?
Madam, chi-square test.
Okay, I need to check who is interacting with me. Who said this?
Dr. Sunil.
Sunil sir said this. Okay. According to Sunil sir, we will go for the chi-square test. Okay. Any other suggestion?
Ma'am, correlation test.
Correlation. Who is speaking?
Ma'am, Sharmila this side.
Sharmila ma'am is saying correlation. Okay. Any other suggestion, friends?
Two-way ANOVA with replication, without replication.
Two-way ANOVA without replication. Okay. The one more variety we are having. Okay. Anyone else want to add anything else? No? No suggestions? Okay. So I'll ask firstly from the Sharmila ma'am. Ma'am, why we will go for the correlation here?
Ma'am, whenever we go for whenever we want to see any association between two groups, we always go for correlation test. So there are so many parameters here. There are three parameters for this movie genre and class level for four professions for class level. So can we see the association with the help of a correlation test?
Okay. I think after that two-way ANOVA was said by Drishti ma'am. Drishti ma'am, I think you said that.
Ma'am,
Okay, Akanksha ma'am. Akanksha ma'am, can you tell me why we will go for two-way ANOVA here?
their group of samples, I think they are performing more than one task.
Okay. Okay, fine. Now coming to Sunil sir. Sunil sir, why we will go for chi-square test here? And which type of chi-square we will apply?
Ma'am, to identify the relation as a association between two variable, we have to take test the chi-square test for association contingency because it's a standard measure for association between two categorical variables.
Okay, that's great. I think in all the answers, Sunil sir's answer is very correct. Here, the appropriate statistical test would be the chi-square test, that is the independence of attributes. Okay, friends, we'll see. Say, for example, as you can see, here we are having, suppose we will create a two-way table, that is the contingency table you people need to create here, right? So here you can write the, suppose, freshman, then sophomore, you can write here, then junior, and then senior, right? Clear to all? And similarly, here we will write the movie genre, that is thriller movie, or it's a drama kind of movie, or it's a western, that is Hollywood movie. Clear? Now you can see both the variables are categorical in nature. So here we are having the class level. In terms of that, you can see we are having the four types of class level: freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior. And then we are having three genre of the movie: thriller, drama, and western. You need to find significant association. So, Sharmila ma'am, for finding the association, we are not finding the relationship, although association is again a kind of relationship, but association we are usually finding in the categorical variable, right? So here you can see we are having the two categorical variables, and here we can write how many of the freshmen those who are liking the thriller, how many of the freshmen those who are liking the drama type of movies, how many of the sophomore who are liking the western type of movies, something like that. This type of table we can create, and then we can apply chi-square test. Is it clear to all?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Coming
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Coming to the next situation, which you can see here. I hope second situation is visible to all. Yes, I think reading is done. Any suggestions?
Ma'am, t
Yes.
test, independent t test.
Okay, Sharmila ma'am is saying independent samples t-test. Okay. Any other suggestion? Sorry, any other suggestion?
Ma'am, correlation.
Correlation is said by Vandana ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any other?
Regression means
Sunil sir is saying regression. So we got three answers. Correlation. Vandana ma'am, what you said? Which test you said? Correlation. Sharmila ma'am, which test you said?
Test.
Sorry?
T
test.
independent t test.
Okay, Sharmila ma'am is saying t-test, Vandana ma'am is saying correlation, Sunil sir is saying regression. Any other opinion on this? Yes. No opinion. I expect the inclusion of everyone. Please, everyone, I think we all have studied together these topics. So this way you people will learn. So I expect everyone to give your responses.
I think student test, ma'am, T test.
Reena ma'am is saying student t-test. Okay. Any other suggestion?
Ma'am, correlation.
Okay, Jyoti Maya sir is saying correlation. So we have got two vote for the correlation, two for the t-test, and one for the regression. Any other? Okay, no suggestion.
Correlation, ma'am.
Sailesh sir is also saying correlation. So we are having now three vote for the correlation. Okay, I hope no one is interested to give answers. So I'm coming here and we'll discuss. Here we can read a baker is interested in finding whether the oven temperature that is high, low, and the different sugar that is white sugar and the brown sugar will affect the weight of the cookies. So we need to measure the effect, right?
Ma'am, it's correlation.
It's correlation. Okay. That's tough. Just a minute. I need to take a table here. We are having temperature. High and low. Right. So suppose I am trying to explain you this. You can see here. Suppose we are having the temperature that is high and low. Here we are having the type of sugar that is white and brown, right? Now here we are having the weight of the cookies, something like that, right? This type of data we are having. I hope you can understand this. So there
Yes,
is no
ma'am.
problem, right? So now you can see we need to see the what is the means when I'm using the high temperature of the oven and I'm using the white type of sugar for making cookies. So the weight of the cookies is this, the value we have written, that is V1. You can call it as weight. So you can rather this you can write W1 also, right? That would be more easier to understand. Similarly, if you're using the high temperature of the oven, you are using the brown sugar in the dough. So might be possible the weight is W2. Similarly, low temperature white sugar weight is W3. Low temperature brown sugar weight is 4. Now you need to check whether the type of the sugar is impacting the weight, whether the type of the temperature is impacting the weight. So which is the appropriate test here?
Two-way ANOVA, madam.
It's two-way ANOVA. Very good. Who has said this?
Onan Monsang, ma'am.
Yes, Anand sir is very correct. Here we will go for two-way ANOVA. I hope you guys you understood this.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So that way Now with replication, without replication is our case. It is totally up to us. If we are collecting so many weights on these two combinations, so that way we will go for the with replication, or else this is the case of without replication. Is it fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, fine. Thank you. Coming to the next case. I hope you can read the third case. Done? Reading is done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So any suggestions?
Some correlation.
Okay. Akanksha ma'am
Ma'am,
is
I think
saying.
the t-test.
Somnath sir, what you said?
I think t-test can be applied.
Okay. Okay.
Ma'am,
T-test.
T-test, pre and post T-test.
Sharmila ma'am is saying a paired samples t-test. Okay.
Right.
Yes, ma'am, the t-test.
Drashti ma'am, t-test, which type of t-test?
Paired t-test, ma'am.
Paired t-test.
For T-
Okay. 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 Fine. Any other? Seema ma'am is saying t-test. Please specify which t-test. We have seen 3 types of t-test. Anyone else? No other suggestions? T correlation and any other suggestion? T in T we have we people are saying paired samples t-test, right? One I think I got for one response I got for correlation. Any other suggestions? Any other responses? Yes. Read it carefully and then respond. Done? No more suggestions? No more thing you want to edit here, add on here? Yes, friends, say something. This is your test. One sample t-test is said by Seema ma'am in the chat. Okay.
Ma'am, paired t-test.
Jyoti Maya sir is saying paired t-test. I think many of you are saying paired samples t-test. Okay. Seema ma'am is saying one sample t-test. I think one of you said about the correlation also. Can anyone tell me?
One sample t-test.
Payal ma'am, are you saying for one sample?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So 2 votes for one sample t-test, 3 votes. Pranav sir also written in the chat, one sample t-test. Okay, great. So 3 votes for one sample t-test, 3 for paired sample t-test. Any other suggestions? I think one of you has has said about the correlation also. Any other suggestion? No? So shall I discuss? Okay, one more
Yes, ma'am.
suggestion
Do
in the chat. Shahrukh sir is saying t-test, one till t-test. Okay. So I'll come to the word file and talk about this. So those who are saying one sample t-test, they are correct. Right here you can see, imagine a company wants to test the claim that their batteries last more than 40 hours. That means the average life of battery is 40 hours according to the company. We are interested to check the claim of the company. So what we have done, we have randomly selected a sample of 15 batteries, and that way you can calculate the mean of the battery's life. Whatever hours it is for the 15 batteries, you can calculate the mean hours, right? And then you can compare the 40 hours and whatever the hours mean hours are coming for this 15 batteries. Is it clear? That way it is a one sample t-test. We are having only single sample of the 15 batteries. Is it clear to all?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Thank you. May I go ahead? May I switch to the next?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Next, you can read.
Ma'am, this is paired sample t-test.
Okay, just a minute. Who is talking?
I am
Who
Jyoti
said?
ma'am.
Jyoti. Okay. Jyoti Maya sir is saying it is a case of paired sample t-test. Right, sir? This is what you said.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes. Any other suggestion?
Ma'am, regression?
Vanna ma'am is saying regression. Okay. Any other? Suman ma'am is writing in chat paired samples t-test. Okay. Correlation by Pratyusha ma'am. Okay.
Ma'am, ANOVA test.
Reena ma'am is saying ANOVA. Okay. I think I need to create a poll for this. I think that would be good. No?
Yeah, ma'am.
I'll try that. Meanwhile, you people please attempt on this. I'll try that. That would be, I think, better for us. So that I think most
I think
probably
you can use the ma'am one-way ANOVA test.
Reena ma'am is saying one way ANOVA. Okay. So Ramila ma'am is saying paired samples t-test. Priya ma'am is saying ANOVA. Those who are saying ANOVA, please specify clearly whether it is one way or two way. Rather
Ma'am,
than
one-way
writing,
ANOVA test.
Reena ma'am is saying one way ANOVA, I heard, but many of you are writing in chat. So please specify clearly whether it is one way or two way.
Ma'am, paired sample t-test.
Okay. Onan sir is saying paired sample t-test. Give me a second. Yograj sir, are you here in the meeting? Yograj sir? Anyone from RFI is here? Give me the rights of co-host so that I can make a poll. Regina ma'am is saying ANOVA. Pranav sir is saying two-way ANOVA. Variance analysis, okay. Anyone from RFI is here in the meeting? Yograj sir, are you there? Okay, sir, will you please make me the co-host so that I can create a poll for the participants? Okay, I think many of you are responding me. That is very good sign if you are responding. I think I'm waiting. If I'll get a co-host rights, I'll create a poll for you. And I think that is much easier for us to understand these cases. That way, I think everyone will respond. Now, what means what I am feeling, maybe if few of you are not want to maybe interact, or there is some network issue or something like that, maybe that can be the cases. So Vanna ma'am is saying regression, okay. Okay, so meanwhile I'm getting the rights of co-host. I think discuss. Shahrukh sir is saying two-way ANOVA, okay, great. Okay, fine. So meanwhile, I am getting the rights. I'll discuss the case here. So here it is written that a botanist wants to explore how sunlight exposure and watering frequency affect plant growth. She plants 40 seeds and lets them grow for 2 months under the different conditions for sunlight exposure and watering frequency. After 2 months, she records the height of each plant, check whether the sunlight exposure affect the plant growth and watering frequency affect the plant growth. So I think it is quite easier to understand from the case itself. The case wants to see the impact of both the things, whether the sunlight exposure is impacting the plant growth or whether the watering frequency is impacting the plant growth. So here you can see for two-way ANOVA, how many variables we need to have. So the answer is two-way ANOVA. Those who have responded two-way ANOVA, the answer is correct. Can anyone tell me how many variables we need to have?
One dependent and two independent.
Very good.
Two independent.
Very good, Sunil sir. So we are having the three variables. One dependent variable. Nature of dependent variable should be, it should be, which type of variable it should be?
Plant growth.
And growth. And
No, no.
invariable. Sorry,
Which
ma'am?
type of variable it should be?
Yes, ma'am.
Plant growth is dependent.
No,
Dependent-
sir, nature
dependent
of
variable.
variable I am
Yes.
asking whether it should be a continuous variable.
Continuous. Okay.
Continuous, ma'am.
Continuous.
It should be continuous. Very correct. It should be numeric or continuous variable, right? Similarly, we are having the two independent variable. You can see the sunlight exposure can be a independent variable, and the second variable is the watering frequency, right?
Watering
Whether,
frequency.
yeah, whether we are watering daily to the plants, whether we are watering twice in a day, whether we are giving water to alternative days or something like that. That can be the frequency, right? So that way you can see that these two are your independent variable and these are categorical in nature, and plant growth may be in inches or whatever centimeters, something like that. So that way we can say we are having three variables available, and we will create a two-way table. In that one, at one place we will write all the sunlight exposure type, maybe the sunlight exposure high, low and medium, and the frequencies whatever we are assuming that we can write, and in the combination of these we can write the growth of the plants, whether we are measuring it in centimeter, inches, whatever it is, and that way it is a kind of two-way ANOVA case. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Moving
Yes, ma'am.
ahead, I think I have not got the rights. I again need to check. No, not yet. Yogra sir, is it possible to give me the rights of co-host? Or else I cannot create the poll.
You check, and if you think that all the questions are suitable for your syllabus, to your students, then you can keep on add on. Or for example, I don't like this question, so what I will do is I will check another quiz. For example, I like this question, so I will select this plan. So light is from multiple pieces intelligently in your own questions. Whatever questions you feel it has been and that question.
I hope you can hear me, right? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, your voice
Okay.
is
You are audible.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Okay. Okay, I'm writing these things here. Okay, I have launched the poll. I hope you can see that poll. Everyone, please check the poll. It is live now. I hope you are able to find it. Anyone will give me the confirmation whether it is visible to you or not?
Yes, ma'am, it is
Yes,
visible.
ma'am, it's visible.
Okay, thank you so much. So I'm now stop sharing my screen. Meanwhile, I'll create few more polls for you, right? Meanwhile, you give your answers. I hope you people are responding to the poll rather than responding in the chat, right? Vanna ma'am, I hope you are able to see the poll. Wherever you are able to see the participants, after that nearby you can find a poll option would be there. Okay, I have received total 24 responses. Okay. Okay, one vote is given for the independent sample status. Second, for in the paired sample status, we have got 6 votes. One way ANOVA, 6 votes. Total we have got 14 votes so far. Okay. So one vote has been given to the independent sample status. Can anyone tell me why why independent sample status? Who has given this response to this question? Can anyone tell me? Yes. Anyone? It is not like we have ended. You need to give the answer why you are responding to independent sample status. Please. Only that way we will learn. Anyone who has given the vote? Yes. Okay. Shweta ma'am, have you given the response for independent sample status? Anyone? No one is responding now. What happened? Am I audible or not?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay, Nikita ma'am. Thank you. So I think poll is not good. No one is responding. So I'm ending the poll. Hello.
Ma'am, you are audible.
I'm
Ma'am,
audible,
you are
but we people are not saying anything.
And then we have already
you,
responded to the poll.
But you need to
you
give
are
me answer why you're saying paired sample theta, so one way and over independent
And
sample.
one way ANOVA, because there are three variables are there.
Yeah. One
That's
way
why
ANOVA is right.
one way ANOVA, and it's a
Yes, ma'am.
single direction study, because whether you do exercise or whether you do drugs or you take drugs, so it will always have a beneficial effect. So it is a one direction study. That's why single way, one tailed ANOVA, single tailed
Oh,
ANOVA,
one way and over.
one way, right.
Okay. Any other response for this? Any other means explanation for this?
Ma'am, we have to check here in one way ANOVA effectiveness of the three different techniques. So here we can analyze the variance, right, ma'am? So that's why I tick the one way ANOVA here.
Yes. Those who have taken one way and over, they are correct. It is good. It is correct.
Ma'am, this poll was much easier because it was a close-ended question. It is
So
very
means,
difficult.
so means it
Open-ended,
is giving you direction, right?
right? Yes, ma'am. Open-ended are much more difficult. This is the first answer which I gave correctly. Otherwise, each and every answer was wrong.
But I think that is brainstorming, and I think I should go for that. Don't you think so?
Yes, ma'am. Open-ended questions are much more effective as compared to close-ended questions.
Because in this the choices are very restricted, so I think you can get a direction.
Yes, true, ma'am. True.
So
Thank
what
you.
you say? Second poll I should launch or not?
Ma'am, all the
No, ma'am.
participants should agree, ma'am, for that. I can't comment.
So do I need to make a poll for that now?
Discussion is also good, ma'am.
So as you people say, I do not have any problem. If you say, I'll go with that also. If you say, I'll continue with this also. So you can raise your hands how many of you want the open type of discussion rather than going with the poll. Those who do not want, I think two I can see. Okay, I think I need to open this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, 10, 12. Great. 10 people have raised, 12 people have raised the hands out of 59, including 3, 4 people from RFI and me. So 10, 11, 12, at least 15 for open-ended discussion, at least 13. Very good. Okay. Remaining wants the easy way.
So, ma'am, I'll raise my hand for 2 times or 3 times. So it will make 15.
Okay, I think that is the most effective way. I'm going with that. Okay, no problem. Give me a second. I'm again sharing my screen. Yes. Okay, I need to open. I think I have just a minute. I have opened the student quiz for you. Give me a second. Yes, I need to open case studies. Yeah. So now question is in front of you, the particular case on that you need to give me answer. This is, I think we have not discussed, right? This is my story. I hope it is visible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Reading done? Reading done? Okay, one answer in the chat, one sample t-test, second answer is t-test. Everyone?
T-test.
Reena ma'am is saying t-test.
One tail
Okay.
t-test.
Okay. Okay. One sample t-test, Sharmila ma'am. One tail t-test, Hima ma'am. Ashok sir is saying t-test. Please do not mind, but I expect the specific answer rather than saying t-test. Specify which t-test. Rather than writing ANOVA, specify which ANOVA. Okay. No more answer. May I start discussing it? Any other answers? Any other answers?
I think one sample t-test is so good for this question.
One sample t-test. Okay. Right tail t-test. Anjali ma'am is saying okay. So those who are saying one sample t-test, they all are correct. I think apart from that, we haven't got any other answer. No. Many of you are writing one sample t-test. Yes, it is correct. It is a professor wants to know if her introductory statistics class has a good grasp of basic math. Few students are chosen at random from the class and given a math proficiency test. The professor wants the class to be able to score above 70 on the test. Which statistical test we can use here? So it is quite clear. This is the average value the professor is expecting. So this way we can say this will be a case of one sample t-test. We will calculate the scores mean of the students, those who are appearing in the proficiency test. And that way we can apply one sample t-test. Is it clear? May I move ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Okay,
Yeah, thank
okay,
you.
ma'am.
Yeah. Coming to the next situation. Reading done? Yes. Reading done?
Ma'am, one way ANOVA.
Sharmila ma'am is saying one way ANOVA. Okay.
Analysis of variance. Oh.
What, Reena ma'am?
Analysis of variance, ANOVA.
Which one?
One way ANOVA, ma'am.
One way
I think
ANOVA. Okay. Okay. 2 votes for one way ANOVA. Any other?
One way ANOVA, ma'am.
Somnath sir is also saying one way ANOVA. Okay. Shahrukh sir is writing in chat one way ANOVA. Okay. Okay, that's good. Anyone else want to add something to this? No? No? Ashok sir has also written one way ANOVA. Okay. Okay. So no more answer? Okay. So I'll give the answer for this. Those who are saying one way ANOVA, I think all of you, those who have given answer, they are talking about one way ANOVA only, right? So it is very correct. Oh my God. Swetank, Arya sir has written value also. Sir, from where you get these figures? Okay. Will you tell us, Arya sir, from where you got these figures? Arya sir, can you interact? Okay, fine. So I think I can move for the next situation.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Now we'll take the next situation. The very simple case here in a in 2 lines only. Our trainer wants to compare English scores of the students belonging to two different universities. Which statistical we should use? Yes.
Ma'am, it's a t-test, ma'am, independent t-test.
Okay. Anjali ma'am is saying paired samples t-test. Shamila ma'am saying independent samples t-test. Arya sir, I think, okay, your microphone is not working. Okay, fine. Anyone else? Two answers. Ashok sir is saying t-test only. But which t-test, sir? That is the biggest question. Which t-test? We are having three types of t-test. Which t-test if you are saying t-test? Independent samples t-test, Shahrukh sir. Malvi sir is saying, okay, Anuradha ma'am is saying paired samples. Salit sir is saying paired samples. Onan sir is saying independent samples t-test. Okay. So means there is a paired sample. Either it would be a paired samples t-test situation or either it would be an independent samples t-test. It is quite clear to everyone. That is very good. Okay, fine. So I think I can give now answer, right? We have got Vanda ma'am is saying independent samples t-test. Seema ma'am is also saying independent samples t-test. So here the correct answer is independent samples t-test. Why we will go for paired samples t-test? Here we are clearly looking that we are taking the samples from two different universities and we are taking the students of two different universities. We are collecting their English score and then we are making comparison in the mean score of these two different university students. So that way it would be a case of independent samples t-test. So scores will be your dependent variable and the type of university that is university 1 and university 2 would be your categorical variable. And in the categorical variable we are having only two categories. Is it clear?
Okay.
Okay, fine. So may I switch to the next? Yes. May I switch to the next? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, it is a two-way ANOVA.
Okay. Okay, just a minute. Okay, who said this would be a two-way ANOVA?
I think it is two-way ANOVA.
Somnath sir is saying two-way ANOVA. Okay.
Two-way now with replication.
Two-way ANOVA with replication. Okay.
Two-way ANOVA, ma'am.
Two-way ANOVA. Okay. Everyone is okay with two-way ANOVA? Fine. Correct
Yeah,
answer
ma'am.
is
Yes,
only.
it's
Yes.
two-way
Yes.
ANOVA, I think.
Yes.
Right
Correct
answer.
answer is two-way ANOVA only. Correct. Very good. I
Because
think now
two
you will be.
categorical variables,
Yes.
independent
Very
variables
good.
here. That's why.
So now I think people have got a pace. You people can understand the things now. Very good.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah. Now the next situation I'm showing you. Reading done? Okay, Anuradha ma'am is saying two-way ANOVA. Shahrukh sir is saying one-way ANOVA. Okay. Sunil sir is saying one-way ANOVA. Ashok sir is saying paired samples t-test. Seema ma'am.
One-way ANOVA.
Okay.
One-way ANOVA.
Okay,
Two
Reena
or three
ma'am.
groups here. Yeah. We can use ANOVA.
I think
Okay.
two-way ANOVA.
Yes. Two-way ANOVA. Okay. Suman sir is
Two-way
saying
ANOVA,
one-way
ma'am.
ANOVA. Okay. Jyoti Maya sir is saying two-way ANOVA. Suman ma'am is saying one-way ANOVA. Okay. Fine. Okay. So may I go ahead with the explanation?
Yeah,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Chani ma'am is saying one-way ANOVA. Okay. Correct. So the persons or the friends, those who are saying for one-way ANOVA, they all are correct. Here you can see the question is, may I?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
no.
Yes.
Continue.
Yes. So the question or the situation is saying the illness caused by a virus in a city concerning some restaurant inspectors is not consistent with their evaluation of cleanliness of restaurants. So this inspection were done by some inspector. So in order to investigate this possibility, the director has 5 restaurant inspectors to grade the cleanliness of the 3 restaurants. Now, in the last line, it is written, is there any significant difference in the cleanliness across restaurants? It is quite clear. We will having the cleanliness scores given by the 5 different inspectors, right? Across all the 5 different restaurants. So, you need to check whether the mean score of cleanliness is different as per the restaurants or not. So, it is a case of one-way ANOVA. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so may I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. I hope next situation is visible, right? Just a minute. I'm making it more better. Yeah, I hope it is visible. Done? Reading done? Anjali ma'am is saying correlation. Okay, fine.
Ma'am, it is chi-square test.
Sharmila ma'am is saying chi-square. Onan sir is saying correlation. Shahrukh sir is saying chi-square.
Ma'am,
Okay.
chi-square
Sky square.
Okay,
Chi-square
Somnath
test.
sir, Reena ma'am, Seema ma'am is saying chi-square. Okay.
Chi-square test.
Shailesh sir, okay, Shailesh sir is also saying chi-square. Jyoti Maya sir saying chi-square. Malvi sir is saying chi-square. Okay, Arya sir chi-square. Payal ma'am chi-square. Many of you are saying now chi-square. Few people initially said for the correlation. Remaining all of you are saying that it would be a case of chi-square. Very good. So those who are saying it should be a chi-square test, they all are correct. Yes, they are very correct that this is a case of chi-square test. We need to only check the neighborhood of residency is independent of person's professional division or not. So that way we will have the frequencies according to the neighborhood of residency and according to the person's professional division. So that way you can create a contingency table and you can put the frequencies in the combination of the categories of 2 categorical variable. And it is a case of chi-square test, right? Shailesh sir, which first question? Suresh sir has written, first question was saying this.
Initially, when we have started the session,
Just,
I think.
this one?
I think this one.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was the same case we have seen previously. Good, correct. Very good memory, sir. Moving ahead, yeah. Moving ahead with the next case. I hope it is visible. You can read it. Reading done?
Ma'am, t-test. Independent sample t-test.
Okay, Rina ma'am is saying independent samples t-test. Shahrukh sir, Ashok sir, Anuradha ma'am, independent samples t-test. Okay. Anjali ma'am, 2 samples t-test. Okay, fine. One, I think, who was saying? Sunil sir.
Yes, ma'am. T-test.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Those who are saying it is independent, I think all of you are saying. I think RSR is saying might be t-test. Okay. No, sir, it is not might be. It is the independent samples t-test case. I think, do I need to give the explanation? I think every one of you have given the correct answer.
Ma'am,
yes.
Ma'am, I have a doubt. 10 and 20 paintings, the numbers are different. So one is 10
problem.
painting and
In
other is
t-test,
20.
there is no problem, ma'am. In t-test, suppose you are collecting the data from the mail, and suppose I am collecting the data, for example, in this particular FDP, suppose I have given you a quiz. I am recording your marks, suppose, right? So might be possible there are suppose 30 female and there are suppose 32 males, suppose, right? So that way there is no problem. In the case of t-test, there is no problem. That can be fine with the t-test. It can deal with that. It will take the average of the 30 female marks and the average of 32 males marks, and that way it will compare those marks. Is it
Right.
fine?
So there is no need for equal
No.
distribution. And
Usually,
both. Yes.
it is not, but usually we want to make transparency, we want to remove biasness. In that
Right.
case, we need to keep equal.
Okay, okay. Got it, ma'am. Got it.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. So may I proceed with the next?
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah.
This is a paired sample t-test.
Paired samples t-test. I think Reena ma'am said, or Sharmila ma'am?
Ma'am, Sharmila.
Sharmila ma'am. Okay. Any other response?
Paired sample
Arya's,
t-test.
okay, Somna sir is saying paired samples t-test. Arya sir has written it's too fast. It's too fast means I'm not getting. TWO too fast. I'm not getting it. It is, I think you're writing it's two test.
Correlation.
Okay, Anuradha. Okay, Sunil sir is saying correlation. Okay, Ashok sir is saying paired t-test. Okay, any other? Jyoti
Ma'am, paired
Maheswar?
sample t-test.
Paired samples t-test. Okay. Okay, Anand sir is saying paired samples t-test. Okay, great. Any other answers? One response we
T-test,
got.
ma'am.
Okay, Reena ma'am is
Dependent
saying
sample test, I think.
dependent sample t-test. Okay.
Yeah.
One response we got for correlation, I think. And remaining all of you are saying paired samples t-test. Okay. So the correct answer is paired samples t-test only. Right? Reason is here you can see a sport teacher has planned to give vertical jump training to his students. So what he has done, he has selected 10 students and recorded their scores of vertical jumps. He has trained them for a month and then he again recorded their vertical jumps score. And that way he wants to compare that whether the training given to them was effective or not. So it is a case of paired sample t-test. Same number of students will be there in the first when the trainer or the teacher is collecting the high jump score, and for the same number of students he'll plan the training program, and then after training he will record their vertical jump score. Is it clear? I hope it is clear.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Moving ahead with the next case.
Ma'am, it's a t-test. It is an independent t-test.
Okay.
Ma'am, independent t-test.
Okay. Jyoti Maya.
Ma'am, paired t-test.
File ma'am is paired samples t-test. Okay. Okay. Any other thing? Independent samples t-test, paired samples t-test. We are getting responses in the chat. Okay. Paired samples t-test. Okay. Fine. Any other responses? Means it is for sure that it would be a t-test, but which t-test? I think that you need to think, because we are having only two groups.
Ma'am, correlation can also be applied.
Okay, Somnath sir is saying correlation. Okay. Malvi sir is saying independent samples t-test. Suman ma'am is saying independent t-test. Okay, fine.
I think paired sample t-test is also applicable.
Reena ma'am is saying paired samples t-test can also be applicable. Okay. So friends, here we can see a teacher is interested to compare the marks of maths and English of the students belonging to his class, right? So here the situation is not much clear. If the teacher is taking same students, right? Same students means same sample. Suppose I am taking 10 students and I am recording in their English scores also and their math score also. So that way it is a case of paired samples t-test. Is it clear?
Yeah, ma'am.
Similarly, if I talk about this particular thing, if I am recording the scores of students, those who are belonging to the means in both the samples, the number of students are different, and I'm recording their math score and English score. So that way, it would be a case of independent samples t-test. But most appropriate would be the paired samples t-test. Here, we should record the scores of students. Means we need to record the score of both the subjects of the same number of students. So that way, paired sample t-test would be more appropriate here. Fine.
This is paired because the students are the same, right?
If we are assuming that the sample of the students is same, say for example 10 students, I am recording their marks of maths also, I am recording the marks of English also.
Right.
Right. So that can be a case of paired samples t-test.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. So may I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Next.
Ma'am, this is a correlation study.
Okay, Sharmila ma'am, fine. Anyone else?
You can apply a paired sample test, ma'am.
Okay, paired samples t-test. Okay, fine. Anyone else? Somna sir and Sharmila ma'am has given their responses and they said there should be a there should be a correlation, right? Somna sir, you have also said the same thing, right? Or you said paired t-test?
Paired t-test.
Okay. Okay,
Paired
fine.
t-test, ma'am.
Okay. Anuradha ma'am is saying paired t-test. I think ma'am has written in the chat also. Okay, fine. Anyone
Pair
else?
t-test. Pair t-test, ma'am.
Sailesh sir is saying paired t-test. Vandana ma'am is saying paired t-test in the chat.
Ma'am,
Okay.
paired t-test.
Okay. Anyone else?
Can we use the chi-square test, ma'am?
Veena ma'am is saying chi-square test. Okay. Okay.
I'm not sure, but I think we can use here.
Okay.
Then we can use chi-square test as we can prepare contingency table with
Hmm.
column of different prison guards, and the second column is 4-day worksheet, and third column may be 5-day worksheet. And
Very good, Sunil sir. Very impressive. It should be a case of paired sample. It should be a case of chi-square independence of attributes. Very good.
thank you.
I think he explained how. Is it clear to all? Shahrukh sir has also written chi-square test of independence.
Ma'am, can you please?
Please explain again, ma'am.
Yeah, just a minute. I'm explaining. I'm coming to the file. Just a minute. Yeah. Here you can see an administrator working for the prisons wants to know if prison guards show a preference, right, for 4-day work week. In that 4 by 10 hours per day they need to work. That means 40 hours they need to work, right? Versus a traditional 5-day work week, that is 5 into 8 hours per day, 40 hours again. So how significance can be that, or means how the significance can be tested? So it is quite clear. You will create a two-way, or maybe I don't know how many guards we are keeping here. Suppose we are having okay, suppose we can write here the cases would be yes, cases would be no. Here you can write guard 1, guard 2, guard 3, something like guard 4. And we can record how many of they are saying yes, how many of they are saying no. Is it clear?
Or guards are not specified here, right?
Number of guards are not specified, but we can understand this thing that it would be a contingency table. It can be a 2 by table, 2 by 2 table. It can be a 2 by 3 table. It can be anything. Here you can write 4 by just a minute. Rather than that, you can write this in this pattern, right? And second, you will write this.
The same thing I told me.
Yes. So how many of they want to go with this? How many of they are going with this? That you need to write.
Right.
So it would be a very simple case. It would be a case of chi-square.
Ma'am,
Right?
I'm little confused between chi-square and correlation. Can you please just explain in just few words?
In chi-square, ma'am, it is quite clear. We will take categorical variable. In continuous, we are taking, in correlation, we are taking the continuous variable. And we are finding the strength. Along with that, we are finding the direction of relationship. In the categorical, chi-square, we will having only the categorical variables with certain number of categories. So we will create a contingency table like this.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So fine, may I move ahead with the next situation? I think one more we will take and then it would be a end of the session. One more I am showing you. Salish sir has written the answer. Seema ma'am, Malvi sir, all three of them have written paired t-test. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Any other suggestions from your side, friends?
Then t-test.
Which t-test, Reena ma'am? Please be specific. Sorry?
Dependent sample t-test we can apply.
Reena ma'am is saying dependent samples t-test. Okay. Paired t-test by Arya sir. Okay. Ashok sir is also saying paired t-test. Anuradha ma'am is saying chi-square 2 chi-square test. Okay. Okay. Any other? Somnath sir?
I think Statistical test, ma'am.
Which one?
Ma'am, chi-square test.
Chi-square
Chi-square
optimizer. Somnath sir, it is not clear.
Chi-square test, ma'am.
Chi-square test. Okay. Okay.
I also go with chi-square test.
Okay. 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 Anyone
Ma'am,
else?
Chi-square
we
test,
have
ma'am.
two sets of related data in this case. So I think sample t-test is
Which t-test?
sample t-test.
Okay. Which sample, dependent or independent?
Dependent sample t-test.
Dependent sample t-test.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Any other suggestions? Any other suggestion? So it would be a case of paired samples t-test, that is dependent samples t-test. It is not a chi-square test. As you can see, instructor is giving the test to the students, right? And he is collecting their scores. Then again, he is giving the test on the same material next day and again collecting the scores. So that way we are comparing that in a day whether the score has changed of the students or not. So that way it would be, because score is a continuous variable. So there is no case of categorical variable. So we will not go for chi-square, and it is a
Yeah,
case
ma'am.
of dependent samples t-test or paired samples t-test.
Paired sample t-test.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
I hope clear to all.
Yeah, clear, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I think it is all from my side for the day and for this workshop. Thank you everyone for attending the workshop and patiently listening to me and learning along with me. Thank you, RFI, Ajay sir especially, Saurabh sir, and entire RFI family for always giving me the opportunity to interact with the participants. So this is all from my side. Over to you, Nikita ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, as you have spent your valuable time to guide all of our participants. And even each and every minute and all the lectures of this session was really fruitful and informative, ma'am. We have enjoyed it a lot. Thank you to all the participants also for being a good and patient listener. I hope we will all, hope we will all meet in future again, ma'am.
Yes, definitely, ma'am. I hope so. We will meet again in
Yes, ma'am.
future.
It was